Welcome to Battle Axe. We are inside the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. As always, I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby the Blade Bradford.
Joey the Jaw, happy to be here. Looking forward to all this exciting Week 2 action here at the Winter League in the Bustin Axe Throwing Range. Some exciting matchups coming up for sure.
Yeah, Week 1 was very exciting to say the least, and Week 2 should be just as good. If you're new to the Battle Axe program, here's how the scoring works. There's 5 rings moving inward towards that red bullseye. Each ring is worth 1 point, starting with the outermost ring, going up to 5 for the innermost ring. Those small little blue dots on the one ring, those are for a kill shot. If a player goes for a kill shot and hits the blue dot, they get 8 points. If they go for it and miss, they get no points. Let's take a look at the standings after 1 week of competition. No surprise, Matt Bradshaw is leading the way. He's a perfect 4-0, averaging 54 points per game. Behind Bradshaw, it's Casey Nines, Cody Joachim, Eric Chisel, Brandon Feenstra, Hannah Brussell, Everett Shurer, Stephanie Prine, Haley Straight, and Gina Feenstra. We are set to go here in week number 1, but before we get things started, let's throw it down to a familiar face, a former champion, Eric Chisel, now throwing with his right hand this season. Here's Chisel on his outlook this season.
Well, last season, obviously, they saw us throwing left-handed, and that's fine. I think we're going to see a lot of that this season now, too. Not quite healed yet. We would try. Come out there and give it a shot. Me and Taylor, we're doing our best to, put on a good show for the people and put up some good numbers. So that's first thought. Second, just kind of wanted to talk about maybe recognition, for some of the new players. We've got a couple new faces you're going to see, which are great. A lot of old faces as well. They're going to be great competition. You're going to see, I think, a lot more fun on the lane than you usually will. It won't be as tense. Also, we're going to thank Jenny for being the judge, that she is. We've seen her for, I think this is maybe like her 8th season out, maybe not on tape, but she's been here with us the whole time. Every season she's always here, always judging, doing her best, and I think she just deserves a little recognition herself to, just a shout out to her for doing a great job this season.
Indeed, so many folks who do such a great job making Battle Axe possible, Bobby.
Absolutely.
Let's get things started here in week number 2. Eric the Scope Chisel set to take on Casey Laser Wolf Nines. These are two of the old guards of Battle Axe. This should be a dandy.
The Laser Wolf versus the Scope. So Eric coming in at 2-2, Casey coming in at 3-1. It's going to be an exciting matchup here, Joey.
5 Casey, 4
So it's a 5 for Laser Wolf. He jumps out to the early lead after a 4 from Eric Chisel.
I see. Yeah,
Eric kind of getting a little closer look at that, making sure it was a 4 and it was ruled correctly. As you can see, Danny DeVito is joining Taylor Swift in Eric's corner this week, so a star-studded event here.
That is quite the corner to have. Everywhere that Eric Chisel goes, Taylor Swift is sure to follow.
Yeah, T Swift and now Danny DeVito. So
4 Eric.
He is in good company.
Danny's
Casey Nines with a bullseye. He's got a 3-point advantage after 2 throws.
Yeah, and so again, we've seen Eric return to his right throwing arm. So he's still getting back and adjusted. Obviously, he's doing a great job throwing this year already, but still some unfamiliarity with throwing with his right hand right now.
Yeah, he, of course, was throwing with the left hand all of last season. Did really well, considering it's not his strong hand.
Absolutely.
But he got off to a good start with his right hand last week, and you'd have to think he's just going to get better and better as the season progresses.
And as we keep talking, Casey Laser Wolf Nines with a unicorn to start off the evening here. So Casey getting locked into that 6th throw, something that he's been working on leading up to week 2.
Yeah, what a start here for Casey Nines. He's got a 5-point advantage after 4 throws, looking to improve to 4-1 early on in the season.
He is super locked in. You can see Eric kind of just taking a beat there. Just trying to refocus. He just hit a 6, so he's going to try to just stay locked into that zone there. And he's really close. It's going to be a judgment call here from Jenny. It looks like it is a 5.
So what a first half here from Casey Nines. Nearly perfect. 29 to 23, 4 bullseyes. He's got a 6-point lead as they switch sides for the second half.
Well, of course, just as we say, he throws a 4 there, but still with a commanding lead over Eric the Scope, and maybe we're going to see some kill shots out of Eric here.
Yeah, just switching sides, probably the best thing that could have happened there for Eric Chisel. We'll see if Casey Nines can get locked in here on this side.
Well, that's going to be a close call there. Looks like a 4. Oh, that
Four,
top of the
Eric.
blade might be popping through on the
5
fifth
Casey.
5 ring there. So
Indeed it is. It's a 5 for Nines. He picks up a point to extend the lead back to 7. Just 3 throws to go. Very interested to see if Chisel will indeed go for a kill shot at some point.
Oh, wow. Just a great throw there by
Bullseye,
Casey.
Casey, 4, Eric.
No doubt bullseye. And it is a 4 for the scope there. Yeah, as we've seen with Everett Shurer, he's kind of gone for the kill shot in matches where he's down, being really aggressive with that, kind of getting used to the pressure of throwing that kill shot. So I wonder if these competitors will kind of take note. But Casey is just locked in.
Bullseye, Casey.
But as we all know, it does ultimately
Eric.
come down to points. Whoever has the most points, that's how the seeds are set for
Correct.
the
All
postseason
right,
tournament.
last throw.
Yes.
Casey's
So now
up
with
by
a
10.
10-point deficit, no way you would think that Eric Chisel will go for a kill shot here. Just get some points on the board as Casey Nines has this one locked up, back-to-back bullseyes, and he finishes there with
4, Casey.
what is a 4.
Bullseye, Eric.
And Eric Chisel
Yeah.
with
So
a nice
Good
finish
game.
to this one with a
46, Eric,
bullseye.
54,
But it's Casey Nines getting the victory, 54 to 46.
Yeah, so Eric, of course, with a nice job on the throw there at the 10th throw with the bullseye. Just going for the points that he was kind of looking for. Just too many 4s in that round there for Eric. Getting the night started, obviously, kind of hone in the axe a little bit. But, wow, what can you say about Casey Laser with 9s here? I mean, just nonstop 6s, a couple 4s, couple 5s, but nearly perfect, Joey.
Yeah, 6 bullseyes for Nines. It's a total for a round of 54. That's a score that's going to win you a lot of games, here
absolutely.
on Battle Axe. Let's throw it down to Casey Nines right now as he's looking to win a championship for the first time. Here's Nines on his goals for his scoring average this season.
Last season was I want to be at 50. So this year I haven't really thought about it, but I want to be above a 50 at least. So I know it's only the second week, but I'm trending that way, so that's good. I'm just going to try to keep that up. So I've been practicing more of those kill shots, which is my struggle every year. Last season, the tournament night, the last game, if I would have hit that kill shot, I would have been at least tied. I didn't get that way. So this year, it's obviously very important that it could come down to 1 kill shot.
What could have been for Casey Nines?
Absolutely.
So close, but he's back again, looking to get right back to the championship. Gina Feenstra, our next competitor here in Week 2 on Battle Axe. She's going to take on her hubby, Brandon Feenstra.
We have a family affair here tonight. Gina coming in at 0-4 and Brandon coming in at 3-1. But Joey, as you know, when husband and wife are involved, you throw all the records and scores out the window, right?
Yeah, the old cliche is true,
For
but Brandon
Brandon, 3, Gina.
Feenstra jumps out to the early lead with a
I actually
4.
think Eric's friend
Gina
gave him
Feenstra throws a 3.
for
Yeah,
Christmas.
Brandon doing a really great job of kind of sticking within that 4, 5, and 6 ring here this season to get the season started off right. And Gina just trying to eliminate those 2s and 3s. That's, I think, the big goal for her this season.
Yeah, if she can consistently throw 4s and better, she's really going to improve this
Brandon.
season.
Yep.
We'll see how she does right there. Gina throws a 4, so
Like, the
just what
cutouts are fun,
just what
but
she's
we're
looking
running
for.
out of room,
But
so
Brandon Feenstra throws a 5 to extend the lead to 2.
Yeah, and something that we talked about a little bit last week, Joey, but just even getting that axe stick in the board is such a huge accomplishment for any
Brandon,
player
for
at any
Gina.
level. We've seen it from the best. We've seen some of the greats in this league have drops, and anything can happen. Some of these players just make it look so easy. You kind of forget how hard it is just to even make that axe stick.
Absolutely, yeah. This is a tough thing to do, but so many of these talented
Gina.
players.
It's kind of like seeing a 95-mile-an-hour fastball and be like, well, why
Brandon.
didn't he swing at that? Well, it's a little different when you're inside
Exactly.
the box, right?
So Brandon Feenstra extends
right,
the
fifth
lead to
throw,
3,
Brandon's up by 3.
17-14.
Yeah, so Gina still within this game, just has to focus on that 4, 5, and 6 ring. Oh, but Brandon with just a tremendous throw there. Looks like a
For
bullseye
Gina.
and a 4
Bullseye,
for
Brandon.
Gina.
It is a bullseye for Brandon Feenstra, his first of the afternoon. He's got a 5-point lead after the first half. So the Feenstra switch sides and gets set to go for the second half.
And it's so important to keep that muscle memory. Now, Brandon just had a beautiful bullseye there. He really has to maintain
4
that
and
muscle
4.
memory, kind of stay within that zone. Obviously off the mark there a little bit. And Gina unable to capitalize on Brandon's 4 there.
So another 4 for Gina Feenstra. She's been pretty consistent,
Yeah.
but Brandon's been just a little bit better.
That's true. Brandon really honing in on that 5 and 6
Five,
ring like we were
Brandon.
talking about earlier. So Another nice throw there by Brandon. Gina with that consistent 4. Only the couple 3s there. So still things to build on for each player.
32-26, Brandon Feenstra with the lead. Just a few throws to go. That looks like a 4 there for
4.
Brandon, and it's a 4 for Gina as well.
And you can see Gina kind of stretching out her shoulder there a little bit. I'm wondering if she's kind of dealing with some discomfort a little bit.
Yeah, she might have to see the trainer after this one, Bobby.
Yeah, you can tell like it's a very heavy axe actually, so it can really do a number on you, Joey.
Yeah, those axes are not easy to throw.
Brandon 3, Gina.
Nice throw there by Brandon. Another bullseye there, so a round of 42. Obviously, Brandon has talked about in interviews past,
All right,
he
last
wants to
throw.
eclipse that
Brandon's
48
up.
mark. He's got a chance to at least match it here with one throw.
We'll see if Brandon can wrap this one up with another bullseye.
Just off the mark there.
There's a nice throw from Gina Feenstra. It's a 5, her first 5 of the match. So nice way to
Good game.
put an end to this one for
30,
Gina, but it's
46,
Brandon getting the win,
Brandon.
46-38.
Woo-hoo.
Yes, Brandon with a tremendous job there. I mean, just a lot of 4s or a lot of 5s and 6s there. Consistent 4s, obviously. A nice round of 46 to take the victory here. Gina with a nice job of staying consistent with that 4. You saw the 5 at the 10th throw there, but really just has to eliminate those 3s in any of these matches, to really put up some points and make a dent in this league here.
Absolutely. That's just what Brandon Feenstra did. Nothing below a 4 and pepper in a couple of bullseyes. It's a nice round of 46 to improve Brandon Feenstra's record to 4-1 on the season. We're just getting started here on week number 2 of Battle Axe. We've got much more action to bring you straight ahead here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. We are here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa, to bring you all of the action from this Winter League season. We've got a lot of newcomers to the league this season. Everett Shurer is one of those newcomers. He's off to a nice start, 2-2 on the season thus far. Let's throw it down to Everett right now for his mindset during a match.
I'm just trying to hit that bullseye every time, really. It's just my goal to hit that bullseye. If I'm down by a point or 2 at that last throw, I'll go for that kill shot. I mean, I enjoy going for the kill shot. It's always a little bit more fun and exciting, I think. Makes it fun, but I'm just going for that bullseye pretty much every time.
Everett Shurer is a fun player to watch, Bobby.
Absolutely. Aggressively going for the kill shot. We got to love that here on Battle Axe.
Everett Shurer ready to get things started here in week 2. He's going to take on a tough opponent, Eric the Scope Chisel.
A couple of the kill shot kings here actually going on right now here, Joey.
Yeah, this should be a fun one to watch.
So as you can see, actually, Eric has switched back to his left hand for this matchup.
4.
So he has made an adjustment from the first matchup that we saw with Casey Laserwolf 9s, and he's decided to make an in-match switch to go back to left hand.
Very interesting. He must have gotten so comfortable with that left hand last season that he's feeling he's better off throwing with the left hand right here.
Well, I was talking with him in between
4
matches, Joey,
4?
and he said that the discomfort in his right arm
4?
was just a little bit too much. I've been probably getting back
You're
to
good.
the throw of things a little bit too soon.
Sorry.
So he's switching back to the left hand, and just what a resource to be able to switch hands and be able to be competitive still.
Very impressive what Eric the Scope Chisel's been able to do with his left hand.
You can see the axe getting away from Everett there a little bit. And
For
then nice. It
Everett.
looks like a bullseye. Got to see on the right-hand
Bullseye,
side of that axe, and it is a bullseye.
So Eric the Scope not missing a beat here with his left hand. He's got a 2-point lead over Everett Shurer.
Yeah, you can see Everett was just a little too aggressive with that throw there. Kind of held onto the axe a little bit too long. Same kind of motion there. You can see he's dejected a little bit.
Clearly frustrated, and Eric the Scope takes full advantage,
Wow.
throwing back-to-back bullseyes to extend his lead
All
to
right, 5th
5.
throw. Eric's
Got a
up
chance
at
at a
5.
unicorn here with the left hand, does Eric, and that was a really close bullseye there for Eric. Must have been popping through on that right-hand side just a little bit, but counts the same.
We'll see if he can make it 3 in a row. Right here, nice throw from Shurer.
Ooh,
A
Bullseye
better
cover.
throw from Eric the Scope.
All right, Eric.
wow. That was just a great authoritative throw there by Everett, and Eric not phased at all by by the bullseye from Everett. Throws a unicorn going into the turn, up by 5. Just a tremendous matchup here.
So with a 5-point deficit, got to wonder if this is the part of the match where Shurer starts thinking about a kill shot.
Well, we know when he's down, he's not afraid to go for it. So still a few throws left. Obviously, a lot can happen, especially with Eric throwing with his left hand now. Everett's just got to focus on that bullseye like he was talking about in the interview before the match, and not really worry about what Eric's throwing, but holding on to that axe just a little bit too long is Everett.
4 Everett. Bullseye Eric.
So another bullseye from Eric Chisel. His lead is now 7, just 3 throws to go.
With 3 throws to go, you got to say that Eric's switch to his left hand has already been considered a victory. I mean, throwing much more consistent 6s, something he'll probably stick with the rest of the night and maybe the rest of the season here, Joey.
We will keep an eye on that indeed. Nice throw from Shurer.
Looks like a 5. It might be a 6 on the right-hand side.
4 Eric.
So it's a 4 for Chisel, a 5 for Shurer. He picks up a point to make it a 6-point game with 2 throws to go.
Okay, so really important here for Everett to put some positive points on the board. Any 4 or above, he needs kind of be within. And just he can't have that. That's exactly what he can't have. And then, of course, Eric throws a bullseye.
Eric.
That is a dagger. It's a 9-point game. 1 throw to go. Eric, the scope Chisel, going to get the win. We'll see if Shurer goes for a kill shot
last
here.
Throw. Eric's up by 9.
He's going to do it, Bobby.
Yep, he just called for it there, so not afraid. He's going to get lined up. Again, this is something that's going to really benefit Everett, I think, throughout the league, and especially come tournament time, Joey. He's going to be so comfortable going for that kill shot off the mark there.
4 Eric.
But the
0
pressure of just going for it, just lining up and making that shot, he's going to be very familiar with it. It's going to be
Good game.
very beneficial for him.
It could pay
Everett.
big dividends. He might not have the best
50,
seed that he
Eric.
could have had
Correct.
he just gone for points, but he's going to be ready to go when it comes time for a kill shot. Eric Chisel improves his record to 3-3, getting the win 50-37. The scope playing very well with the left hand.
Absolutely. Let's not bury the lead here. Eric switching to his left hand, going to 3-3 with an impressive score of 50 there. As you can see, 5 bullseyes, and then the rest are 4s. So really consistent throwing there by Eric the Scope Chisel. And Everett, just that 1 bullseye kind of got off the track there a little bit, but again, an aggressive throw there on the 10th to go for the kill shot. Definitely somebody no one wants to see come tournament time.
Yeah, Everett Shurer's got a lot he can build on out of this one. Time now for our next matchup, but before we get to it, let's throw it down to Cody Joachim on his confidence level this season.
My confidence level is actually pretty up. I'm coming in at least once a week for an hour to practice as much as I can to better my game to narrow into the center.
All righty, we've got a battle of unbeatens coming up. Cody Joachim 4-0 to start this season, Bobby.
Yep, and he's going to have a big test coming up here, going up against Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw.
Yeah, Bradshaw 4-0, Cody Joachim 4-0. Something's got to give here on Battle Axe. Let's get it on.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Something has to give. 4-0 is Matt Bradshaw, 4-0 Cody Joachim. This is going to be a tremendous matchup. As you can see, Matt, of course, with his customary party pants going on.
Yeah, I really like those ones. Those are sharp.
Those are
Or
very
Cody,
sharp
bullseye
pants
Matt.
here. Starting off right with the bullseye there.
Great start for Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. Where do you think he gets those pants, Bobby?
He has not revealed his sources to me. I've asked him every week, Joey, but he's never given me the info I need.
It's too bad because I would love a pair.
Yeah. Well, maybe Christmas next year. How about that? So Cody needs to focus up on that bullseye. Obviously, you can't be throwing 4s against Matt the
Cody.
Magic Man Bradshaw.
5 Matt.
Yeah, back-to-back
Ooh.
4s here from Cody Joachim. Bradshaw quickly builds a 3-point lead, and every point is so crucial when you're going up against the Magic Man.
Yeah, Cody not far off from a 5 there. It was really close. I'd be interested to get a closer look at that, but obviously hitting that 5 ring, not popping through on both sides again. If you guys are just joining us, that blade has to be popping through on both sides of the blade in order for it to count.
Bullseye Matt. 5
Another
Cody.
bullseye for Bradshaw. Joachim gets a 5.
So you can see Matt just tremendously locked in. Got a 4-point lead going into the 4th throw. But Cody's starting to hone in on that 5 and 6 ring, so anything can happen here, Joey.
Indeed. Joachim needs Bradshaw to cool off a little bit, though. Bradshaw starting red hot in this one.
Yeah, and as you can see there, Cody is one of the more calm, cool, and collected throwers we have, and that's really close to a bullseye we're going to see on the right-hand side.
Bad Matt.
And you can see Matt already sees him, and a great sportsman that he is. Gives some dap to Cody Joachim.
Yeah, always incredible sportsmanship here on Battle Axe.
All right,
Matt
fifth
Bradshaw
row, Matt is
with
up
a
by
3-point lead. He's a class act.
Not only is he a great competitor, he just wants everyone to elevate their game constantly, wants everyone to succeed at their highest level. So just a great ambassador for the sport, and just a tremendous throw there.
Another
That's Matt,
bullseye
Cody.
for Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. That wraps up his first half. 3 bullseyes and 2 fives for a 28 and a 5-point lead over Cody Joachim.
Yep, a 5-point lead going into the turn, and something that Matt's really talked about quite a bit, in interviews past, is just simplifying his throw. So if you watch his throw, Joey, there's not a lot of moving parts going on. It's a really simple motion towards the board, and just has tremendous results.
Poetry in motion. It's really just a thing of beauty to
Cody,
watch Matt
Matt.
Bradshaw throw an axe.
Absolutely, and Cody not far off from the 5 ring right there, so he's left a couple points on the board. Although he's down by 6, he's going to focus on that 5 and 6 ring, just trying to hone in on that muscle memory and do what he can to put up some impressive points here.
Cody Joachim getting locked in here for his 7th throw, and it's a good one. Could be a bullseye. We'll have to wait and see on the ruling from Jenny.
Yeah, we're going to get a look at the bottom of that blade there. It's really close. That could be a...
5.
Oh,
Just missed the bullseye, did Cody Joachim. It's a 5 as Bradshaw keeps it a 6-point lead.
About that.
wow. So Cody just missing a chance to gain a point on Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw there. But again, everyone's just focusing on putting up the most points that they can. Those are the things that determine the seeding for the double elimination tournament. And look at that, just a couple of beautiful bullseyes there.
All right, bullseye, Matt.
Oh, I spoke too soon?
Bullseye.
No.
See,
it is
all
a
right.
bullseye, yes.
So it is indeed a bullseye. 2 bullseyes and 2 fist pumps between Bradshaw and Joachim.
Yeah, and again, this is a thing where possibly going to that kill shot, being really aggressive, getting used to being that aggressive, because when you're in the tournament, your back's up against the wall, you're going to be forced to do it. So I don't mind Everett's approach going for the kill shot during the regular season as well.
Not at all. Bradshaw with another
Score,
good
Cody.
throw. We'll see if
5,
it's a
Matt.
bullseye. No, it's a 5. So it's a 49-42 lead for Bradshaw.
All right,
One
last
shot to
throw.
go
Matt's
here
up by
between
7.
Joachim and Bradshaw.
Yep, and again, as you can see, Joey, with these scores, all these competitors are putting consistent 5-6s on the board. I mean, Matt has yet to throw a 4. Cody's, some of those 4s were just so close to being 5, so definitely 2 of the top competitors in the league, and just a battle of the heavyweights here.
Yeah, getting into the
5,
mid-50s, that's where
Bullseye,
you
Cody.
want to be at if you want to win a championship,
All right,
and
good
it's
game.
a
48,
54
Cody,
for Matt
Matt.
Bradshaw.
There you
Cody
go.
Joachim with a 48. Bradshaw improves to 5-0.
So Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw matching Casey Laserwolf 9's high score of the evening at a 54. Just nothing but consistent 5s and 6s from Matt the Magic Man to improve his record to 5-0. Cody with a couple close throws there. Some of those 4s could have been 5s really easily. So not too far off, but an impressive round of 48 as well. So big things to come for Cody Joachim as well.
Yeah, just 2 of the heavy hitters in this league. It was a fun one to watch, and they'll be fun to watch throughout the season here
Absolutely.
on Battle
I
Axe.
doubt this matchup is over.
Well, we've got 4 matches down and 4 more still to bring you here in week number 2. We'll bring you all of the action straight ahead here on Battle Axe on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe here on MC22 at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby the Blade Bradford. Bobby, it's been an exciting week of action thus far.
Absolutely, Joey. We've had some tremendous matchups so far, and looking forward to the matchups we have upcoming.
Yeah, a lot more still to bring you. Let's get right to it here on Battle Axe. Our next matchup, Casey Laserwolf 9s taking on Gina Feenstra. So Casey Laserwolf
Sure,
Nines put up a round of 54 earlier here tonight. We'll see what he's got for a follow-up act against Gina Feenstra.
Absolutely. Casey talking in his interview about his average score,
Like
looking to
Casey,
improve on that, looking to be more aggressive with those kill shots, or at least more comfortable with those kill shots as the season goes. So an impressive start here for Casey with the 6, Gina with the 4 there. Again, as we talked about with Gina and her matchup with Brandon, she's just looking to eliminate those 2s and 3s from her rounds and put up more consistent 4, 5s, and 6s.
2 Gina, bullseye Casey.
Well, Casey Nines threw 6 bullseyes in his match earlier here tonight. He's thrown back-to-back bullseyes here to start things off against Gina Feenstra.
Yep, chance at a unicorn for Laserwolf, and as you can see, Gina just let that axe go just a little bit too early. They kind of sailed on her. And again, she's just kind of trying to hone in that 4, 5, and 6 ring here. That's the next big challenge for her.
Could
Casey
this be a unicorn?
Very close.
Just missed it.
Just missed it. I mean, that is ever so close.
And there you see Gina kind of adjusting her shoulder again. Seems to be bothering her a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, definitely something that could be plaguing her right now during this matchup, but just got to focus on that board. Nice throw there.
4 Casey.
Gina Feenstra playing through the pain. We'll
gonna
see if that's a 5. No, it's a 4.
Sorry, it's very
Yep, it's a
close.
4, so not popping through on both sides of the blade there. It is very, very close, so
Yeah,
unable
it
to
did look
capitalize
light on
on
one
Cody,
side.
or Casey, excuse
All
me,
right,
throwing a
fifth throw,
4.
Casey is up by 8.
So Casey Nines leading at 21-13 after 4 throws.
Ooh, that's going to be a
That's
close.
going to be awfully close.
Yeah, it could be a
4,
5
Gina.
there. Maybe.
4 Casey.
No, it is popping through. Yeah, so that is a 4 for Casey Laserwolf Nines. So Gina, again, unable to capitalize on that 4 from Casey.
So 25-17 Nines with an 8-point advantage after the first half.
As you
Nice
can-
throw there.
5 Casey, 4 Gina.
Yeah, so a 5 there from Casey. But again, Gina doing a nice job of recovering from those 2 and 3s that she threw on her second and third throw. Now she's hitting those consistent 4s. Like Cody with his 4s was very, very close to being a 5, so not too far off from the target. That one got away from her a little bit.
Casey.
Another 5 for Nines. He's leading at 35-24, 3 throws to go.
And again, Joey, it's all about that muscle memory. Once you get that throw locked in, once you can remember all the little slight adjustments that you have to make. Ooh, that's nice throw there
There
by
you go,
both competitors
bullseye.
there.
And bullseye.
Couple of bullseyes from Feenstra and Nines.
There you go. So once you get that muscle memory kind of locked in, and that's what kind of Matt was talking about with his simplifying his approach and everything, simplifying his throw, because you don't want too many moving parts. So once you kind of figure out that muscle memory of throwing in that 4, 5, and 6 ring, it's all just about repetition, really working on that. So
5 and 5.
something every competitor struggles with and needs to work on. So as you can see, Gina a little more consistent on the last couple throws.
Consistency,
All right.
the name
Last
of the
throw,
game on
Casey,
Battle
for
Axe.
11.
And Casey Nines looking to put a bow on this one.
So
Last throw coming right here.
Yep, Gina just looking to
For
build
Casey,
on this
5
positive couple throws here. Looks like a 5,
All
and
right,
it is a
good
5.
game. 40 Gina.
So a really strong finish for Gina Feenstra, but it's Casey Nines getting the victory 50-40.
Yeah, so Gina, of course, coming up short on this one, but those couple 2s and 3s there on the second and third throw, and then the 3 on the 7th throw, really, not something she wants to have in her game, but let's focus on those 8, 9, and 10th throws. I mean, 6, 5, and 5, that's kind of what she really needs to build on and really needs to focus on. And then Casey, of course, kind of fell into that 4-5 rut, or 4 rut that he's kind of been plagued with a little bit over the last season, but still an impressive round of 50, sticking within his average score that he wants.
Casey Nines improving to 5-1 on the season. We've got a lot more Battle Axe to bring you. Let's get right to our next matchup. But before we do, here's Stephanie Prine on her season thus far.
I'd say I'm okay. It's hard to say. It's only the second week, but I just try to go from game to game and not think about the end goal. It's and not think about what happened before. Just try to stay as present as I can in each game.
Stephanie Prine set to go here on week number 2. Let's get to her first matchup of the evening right now. Stephanie Prine will take on Everett Shurer.
Everett Shurer, the man of the hour. So going to take on Stephanie Prine here. Everett coming in at 2 and 3.
You're good.
Stephanie coming in at 2 and 2.
Yeah, good. Good ding.
This should be a fun one.
Oh, this is going to be
See
a
how
great
it
matchup.
plays out. Everett Shurer's first throw gets away from him just a little bit. Looks like it might be a 4.
Everett,
It is.
Stephanie.
And it's a 4 from Prine as well.
Yep, Stephanie not missing that 5 by much, so a pretty nice throw there by each competitor to start off the match. Definitely need to focus in on that 5 and 6 ring, though.
That's a better throw there from Shurer.
There you
and
go.
an even better throw from
Wow.
Prine. That might be a bullseye.
Bullseye, Stephanie.
It is a bullseye from Stephanie Prine.
Yeah, the pink lady, her axe finding the bullseye mark there, so a 2-point lead going into the third throw for Stephanie. Everett's just focusing in on that 4, 5, and 6 ring. And again, it seems like he's just holding on to the axe just a little bit too long.
4
And
Everett, 4
nice.
Stephanie.
Ooh. I thought that kind of was popping through the 5 blade there.
Ooh.
5 ring there, Joey. And as you
Stephanie Prine wants Jenny to get another look at this one.
yeah, it was called a 4. So she's going to get in there with the flashlight, take a little look at it. I mean, it's a very close. So again, the blade has to be popping through on both sides. You have to see the color of the wood on both sides of the blade. So that's why Jenny has her flashlight out.
Is that Eric? Eric, do you want to look at this?
And you have to get pretty up close and personal, Joey, to get a
We're
good
going to
ruling on
need
it.
another set of eyeballs on this one. That's what Eric the Scope
Like it's a sketch.
Chisel is going to come in to do. They really can't tell.
No, I'm sure it's a very close call here. And, of course, points are what matter the most. So,
Okay, 5 Stephanie.
So they're going to give her a 5. About as close as you can get.
yep.
Stephanie Prine gets an extra point to extend her lead to 3.
Well, I thought from the initial throw, Joey, that
Okay,
thing
well,
looked
we're
like it was
still
kind of
getting
popping through in that 5 ring. And again, everything's so close once you get up there and really look at it. You can kind of
Four
really
Everett,
get a
4
good idea of it. But, you know, you need all the points you can get versus any competitor in this league. So,
All right, 5th row.
a good
Stephanie's
challenge
up
from
by
Stephanie.
3.
Great eyes from Bobby the Blade.
That's why you bring in the scope, right? Let's take a look.
Nice throw there.
Yep, nice throw there by Everett. Could be a 6 popping through in
4
the bottom of
Stephanie.
that blade there.
5 Everett.
Ooh.
It's not. It's a 5, but the best throw of the day thus far for Everett Shurer, who's been struggling tonight to get into that 5 and 6 range.
Yeah, it's just holding on to that axe just a little too long. Just a nice aggressive throw, but, you know, sometimes that can come back to bite you a little bit.
4 and 4.
But unable to capitalize on Stephanie's 4 there, so she's got a 2-point lead going into the 7th
Boss
throw
baby
here.
is a concept, though. It's
Yeah,
just
we've got a good one brewing here. It's a 2-point game. 4 throws to go.
Stephanie's axe, the pink lady, showing up here tonight with some impressive throws. Ooh,
3
but that is
Stephanie,
off the mark.
4 Everett.
So Everett Shurer gets within 1 on a mistake from Prine.
Yeah, so a 1-point match here. Again, we've talked about it in league and episodes past, Joey. It's really important to be able to keep that foot on the gas pedal. Do not let your opponent back in the game.
4
And on
4.
Everett's side, you don't want to be the person relying on your opponent to make a mistake. You want to be the aggressor.
It's still a 1-point game. Prine leading 34-33, just 2 throws to go.
So a 4 there for Everett. Ooh, and a nice
For
throw.
Everett.
That could be a bullseye. We're going to need to get a closer look on it here.
5 Stephanie.
Ooh.
Just missed the bullseye. It's a 5. That makes it
Very
a
close.
2-point lead for Stephanie Prine.
We'll
All
see
right,
if
10
Everett
throws,
thinks about it. I mean,
Stephanie's up
it's
by
so
2.
close, and how they've been throwing. I mean, a
First
kill shot doesn't really do much.
Oh, he went for the kill shot.
4
Couldn't get
Stephanie.
it to stick into the wood.
Drop
He
Everett.
did go for a kill shot.
Everett Shurer, very aggressive.
Exactly. Very aggressive.
37
Stephanie
Everett,
Prine
43
gets the win,
Stephanie.
43-37.
Well, what can you say? I mean, at least Everett's, he's a consistent competitor here. I mean, he was down by 2. Could have gone for, you know, just a straight bullseye and hoping Stephanie throws a 4, then go into overtime, sudden death, and then, you know, really focus on that kill shot, but decided to stick with his approach and go for the kill shot. Unfortunately, it didn't stick, and Stephanie comes out with the victory to go to 3 and 2. A nice job. She got the 1 bullseye, a couple 5s in there. Just really needs to eliminate those 3s from her game.
Everett Shurer is fun to watch. It'll be interesting to see how his season progresses as he gets better and better, and those kill shots become bigger and bigger. Stephanie Prine improving to 3 and 2 on the season. Still more action to bring you here in week number 2. Stay tuned. You're watching Battle Axe on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe here on MC22 at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. It's been a thrilling week 2. But we are not done yet. We haven't seen Hannah Brussell yet here in week number 2. We're about to see her right now. Before we get her match started, let's throw it down to Hannah to hear on how wins motivate her.
It does. I think with me being still kind of nervous throwing my new axe this season, if I take a win, it helps me a little bit going into the next game. So it's nice having a W. But for me, I'm always like, doesn't really matter till week 8, but it's nice knowing that I'm taking a win.
Yeah, no doubt plenty of motivation always comes with winning.
Absolutely, yeah. We all know that points matter the most come week 8, but it's always nice to get a W.
Hannah Brussell would get a lot of motivation with a win over Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw.
Yep. Wins don't matter until they come against, Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. And then they matter a lot, right?
Bradshaw perfect 5-0 this season. He put up a round of 54 earlier tonight for a win over Cody Joachim. He's set to take on Hannah Brussell here, who played well in week 1.
She really did, and just tremendous improvement to her game. And a great throw there to start off the match here by both competitors. A couple 6s there, so not intimidated by the Magic Man is Hannah Happy Feet Brussell. And, man, this is shaping up to be a good one.
Hannah Happy Feet is called Happy Feet, of course, because back when she first got started, she was having some issues with the foot faults. But now Happy Feet never crosses that line.
She never crosses the line, and yeah, if you're just joining us for the first time, if the player cannot cross the throwing line until the score is read by the judge. So if they do that, their throw is negated, and they get 0 points. So don't do that.
Indeed. And the Magic Man, his nickname speaks for itself. He's pure magic.
He's pure magic. And again, just great consistent throws here by both competitors. That's a nice bullseye there by Matt, and very close to a bullseye for for Hannah.
How about this start from Bradshaw and Brussell? A unicorn for Bradshaw, 2 bullseyes and a 5 for Brussell.
Yep, not far behind is Hannah, doing a great job when she threw that. I thought initially it was a 5, but when we got a closer look from the action cam there, you could definitely see that red popping through on the left-hand side of her axe. So just a great job by Hannah, and unfortunately the axe gets away from her a little bit there.
For Hannah, bullseye Matt.
Ooh, wow. And so something that looked like a 5 actually from the throw, you could see the bottom of the axe kind of popping through on that 6 bullseye there. So
fifth throw, Matt is up by
4
3.
straight bullseyes to start this one for Bradshaw. He's got a 4-point lead.
Well, it's important for Hannah, too, to forget about that last throw. Just focus in on how she started this match. Again, another 4 there.
Yeah, you've got to have a real short memory on Battle Axe.
Yep.
And like we've said so many times, you can never pay too much attention to what your opponent is doing. You've just got to go out there and play your game.
Exactly. So Matt with just a tremendous start to this matchup here. 4 6s, 4 bullseyes going into the turn. So again, Hannah just has to focus on that 5 and 6 ring. She did a great job starting this match. Another 4 there.
4 Hannah.
And that could be looking like a 5 initially.
5 Matt.
Yeah, just missed the red for the bullseye. Another 5 for Matt Bradshaw. He's human after all, Bobby.
Yeah, he's human after all, but again, an impressive score here of 34 going into the 7th throw. Hannah just focusing in on that 5 and 6 ring, looking to regain her form. And a nice job there. Looks like she did. That looks like a flush bullseye, and that's definitely a flush bullseye there for Matt.
Slap hands. Bullseyes from Bradshaw and Brussell. Well, it's just been a fun one to watch.
Absolutely, and just like we saw with the matchup with Cody and Matt, just tremendous camaraderie and sportsmanship from both competitors. Each player wants the other one to do great, and because it elevates their game.
And that's just what Hannah Brussell is doing here this season. She's really taken her game to the next level.
Absolutely, and it's because she's been playing, some of the top competitors in the league, pushing herself, and just getting more familiar with the sport of axe throwing. So,
back-to-back bullseyes from Matt Bradshaw.
Dare I say we see 2 unicorns in one match here, Joey?
That would be something. Bradshaw with 6 bullseyes already in this one. We'll see if he can throw a 7th right here.
That's a 4 there for Hannah, and that's really close. Oh, it's called a 5.
I was like, please.
Be interested to see. That looks very close there for Matt, but a couple 5s actually. I thought that was a 4 there for Hannah. So popping through on the bottom side of the axe there. Close throw there by Hannah. Works out in her favor. Both players want to end this match strong.
Ooh. That one looks like it was fortunate just to stick into the wood. And what a throw from Bradshaw to wrap up a fantastic round, his 7th bullseye of the match.
47,
Matt Bradshaw,
Hannah,
another
57,
victory.
Matt.
57-47 over Hannah Brussell.
Well, what can you say, Joey? I mean, the man has yet to throw a 4 tonight, going to 6-0. Just a smattering of 6s and 5s there to get a score of 57, our high score of the night. He was really, really close to perfection here, Joey. I mean, he didn't miss those 5s or those 6s by much. That turned into 5s. So really a nice showing by Matt, and just a great showing by Hannah here to go toe-to-toe with Matt, at least for the first 3 throws. Kind of got stuck in a little 4 rut there, but definitely a strong competitor.
Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Matt Bradshaw, at his very best tonight, he is once again the player to beat here on Battle Axe. One more matchup still to bring you here in Week 2. Everett Shurer going back for another match. This time he's going to take on Brandon Feenstra.
Yeah, Brandon Feenstra, as we saw, defeated Gina Feenstra earlier tonight, going to 4-1. Everett's had a couple tough losses here. He's going to 2-4. But this should be a great matchup here, Joey.
Yeah, we'll see if Shurer
Bye, Brandon.
can get a victory here to wrap up week number 2, and he's off to a nice start, a bullseye for Everett Shurer. Feenstra throws a 5.
Yeah, both players with a nice throw to start off the match here. Everett locking in on that bullseye there, really has to maintain that muscle memory. As you can see, another nice throw there. Looks like a 5.
5 Everett, 4
And
Brandon.
Brandon's off the mark there with a 4. So a 1-point lead for Everett going into the 3rd throw.
Yeah, he had been struggling to get those 5s and 6s in his first 2 matchups, but
Right.
he's dialed in right now.
Well, and sometimes, Joey, it takes players, play a few matches, to get their kind of throw going. Every player only plays 4 matches a night, so if they don't come in hot, they kind of have to get hot during the matches. So it's just trial and error, right?
And Everett Shurer is hot right now. Another bullseye.
Looks like a 5 there, popping through on the left-hand side.
5 Everett, 5 Brandon.
Couple of 5s from Shurer and Feenstra. Everett Shurer with
All
a
right,
4-point
fifth row,
lead,
Everett's up by 4.
heading into the 5th row.
Well, and Joey, it's something we've said before in other matches as well, but when these players miss, they're not missing by much. Those 4s for Brandon that he's thrown have been really close to 5s as well, and just a beautiful
4
throw there
Everett.
for Brandon. Just a no-doubt
Brandon.
bullseye. But
Yeah.
again, you can see Everett's 4 there. That didn't miss the 5 ring by much, so he's got something to hang his hat on as well.
We've got a great match here. It's Everett Shurer leading by 2 after the first half.
And a nice throw there by Everett with a bullseye. The axe hanging in Brandon's hand just a little bit, so a rare 3 there on his 6th throw.
Yeah, that's a big swing there for Everett Shurer. He's got a 5-point lead now with 4 throws to go.
Yeah, Brandon hoping that Everett makes a mistake, and it looks like Everett did just make a mistake there.
Everett, 4
So
Brandon.
a 3 there. Brandon able to take a point, so a 4-point game going into the 8th throw.
All right, 3 throws to go now between Shurer and Feenstra. Here in our final matchup of week number 2.
Nice throw there by
Four,
Everett,
Brandon.
able to forget
5
that 3 that he just threw and put up a 5, so nice job there. And Brandon with a 4 gives that point back, so a 5-point game going into the 9th throw. Really just needs to find that throw that he had at the beginning of the match here.
It's been a nice start to the season for Brandon Feenstra, 4-1 on the season thus far, but
4 Brandon.
so
he's getting all he can handle here from Everett Shurer.
Yeah, so again, Everett now he's in the driver's seat
All
here,
right,
so
last throw.
I think he's just going to be
Everett
thrown
is
at the
up by
board. I don't
5
think there's any
points.
kill shots going to be happening in Everett's future here, but
Yeah, he went for the kill shot on the last throw of his first 2 matchups, but he was trailing in those. This time he just takes some points, and it looks like Everett Shurer gets his first win
Everett,
here
bullseye,
of
Brandon.
week number 2.
and Brandon with a nice
All
way
right,
to
big
end it
game.
there at the 10.
45 Brandon.
Or I'm sorry,
48
the 10th
Everett.
throw with the 6.
Everett Shurer, the victor, 48-45 over Brandon Feenstra.
Yeah, just a great job by both competitors. As you can see, both started off pretty hot. Brandon with the 5 and Everett with the 6. Brandon just kind of got stuck in that 4 rut, and obviously both players kind of threw a mistake 3 there, but just a nice job by Everett to be able to kind of find that 6 ring a little bit, kind of live in that 5 and 6 ring for a little bit. An impressive score of 48 and 45. So Everett goes to 3-4. Brandon falls to 4-2, but a great matchup nonetheless.
Yeah, Brandon Feenstra playing very consistently thus far this season. Everett Shurer, really nice turn of events here for him on the night. He had struggled a little bit early on, and he really finished strong here.
Absolutely. It's a little different being in the driver's seat.
Let's take a look now at our post-game wrap-up here on week number 2. Well, after 2 weeks of competition, surprise, surprise, Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw is a perfect 8-0. He got even better tonight. His average score is now 54.3 points per game. He nearly had a perfect game.
He
57 in his last win.
Absolutely. Just a tremendous showing from Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. Casey Laserwolf 9's not far behind at 7-1. Cody Joachim, Eric Chisel, Hannah Brussell, Brandon Feenstra, Everett Shurer, Stephanie Prine, Gina Feenstra, and Haley Streit rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, a lot of talented players here on Battle Axe. Thanks so much for watching here on Week 2. We'll see you next time here from the Bustin Axe Throwing Range on Battle Axe.